Okay, people. Um, we're going to talk about a word, slavery. This is one of the talking points the liberals have had their way with for 150 years, and we're going to take it away from them today. Slavery is bad. Someone I know tweeted their Facebook this morning. Slavery is bad. I'm against slavery. Well, that's like kind of being against IQs less than 100, you know. Sadly, that's half the population. So what are you saying? Half the population are slaves? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You guessed it. Very good, very good. So what is a slave? A slave is someone who does not want to take responsibility for themselves or anything else. They don't like responsibility. They want someone else to be responsible for them. And it's okay. It's not like having an IQ of under 100, which by definition is half the population, is some kind of evil, wicked thing that we should all be against. It's just the way it is. It's not a sin. Are you saying it's the same thing with the slave? Yes. You guessed it again. That's very good. Being a slave, having a slave mentality, not wanting to take responsibility for yourself, it's not a sin. It's okay. It happens. We understand. I could say, there's no slavery today. What are you talking about? We don't have slaves working on plantations, shining people's shoes, working in the fields, picking the cotton. What are you talking about? Well, we do have slaves. We do have people who don't want to take responsibility for themselves. And someone, somewhere, is being responsible for these people. They feed them, they house them, they solve their biggest problems, they try to keep them out of trouble. That's what a master does for his slaves. So do we have slaves today? Well, we definitely have people who don't want to take responsibility for themselves. So who does take responsibility for them? Somebody does. And if it's not done on a familial or personal level, it's done on a institutional, governmental level, right? So the government takes care of people who don't want to take care of themselves, who don't want to be responsible for themselves. And, but they don't have to work for it. Well, in a way they do. They have to vote the right way, or their master is going to be upset with them. And so, yes, that's a very easy job. It doesn't exactly help the slaves build character or work their way out of this slave mentality, or actually provide for their good, because the people that are dependent on the government, the people that the government is responsible for, all the people who get government transfer payments, who are on government health care, who get a government check, or get an EBT card, who get Section 8 housing, or who get Social Security payments, whatever it is, those people are part of the slave mentality. They have a slave mentality, and, you know, they would be better off like in the olden days. Well, actually, not as old as Rome, because there the government took care of them as well. But say when we had a Christian understanding of slavery, then the slaves were kind of taken care of by Christian families, ideally. And then the slaves would be, Told you have to go to church, you have to study the Bible, you have to have morals, you have to work, you have to do some good things, you have to be worthwhile, because not all slaves paid. I mean, there's lots of baby slaves, there's lots of old slaves. Well, what about race-based slavery? Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in man stealing. I don't believe that people are slaves just because they have a certain color. No, you can have slaves of any kind in any culture. Now, if you have Muslim slavery, and that's pretty evil slavery. That's like people who should be free, but who are made to be bond as servants, and they can never work their way out of it. And so I don't believe that's basically man stealing. Biblical slavery, Christian slavery, is actually voluntary slavery. The slaves could walk out anytime they want. I can say, I don't want to be your slave anymore. I'm going to be somebody else's slave, or I'm going to be a free man and take responsibility for myself, which is fine. So, yeah, lots of wrinkles to it, but we have to get rid of this 150-year-old misunderstanding of I'm against slavery. What does that mean? How about I'm against unbiblical slavery? Okay, that I can accept. Anyway, that's it for today, peoples. We'll see you.